that this could be or could have been different. That is shut off when a parent dies. In some cases, that can be very negative, but I think in other cases, the person can leave that mourning behind in this usually false hope that somehow it could be better. So I can see how that would be relieving as well.
And I wonder how difficult other people's reactions might be, you know, even other people's judgments, that many people will expect this to be the most important relationship in people's lives. But I wonder if there's sort of pressure from other people who will then say, oh, but shouldn't you try this? Or why aren't you more upset? Or, you know, how can it be a release?
In a total of over 300 interviews with estranged people, virtually 100% agreed that being estranged was stigmatizing, that they encountered disapproval from other people, and even if it wasn't spoken, they could hear the unspoken thought, what's wrong with you? That you're out of contact with your parents, or they hear that it's cruel or unjust. There's no easy solution to that, because our society thrives and what filled with doors of obligation to stay connected. If a parent is asking for a conversation or some kind of reconciliation, really at the end of their life, is one of the hardest decisions that adult children can make. And in some cases that they did feel the societal pressure of, do I really deny someone deathbed wish because of his family history?
If we as friends, as families, as other people know someone in this kind of situation, what is the best way to support them in their grief without making judgments about what they should or shouldn't have done?
What we've learned from our studies of several hundred people, almost everyone said what they really wanted was a non-judgmental listening ear. They didn't want people who would jump in and say, oh, my brother had that and he made up with our parents, or offer them unsolicited advice, and certainly they don't want disapproval. How can you possibly do that to your mother? I think another thing people can recommend to close friends is talking to a counselor. We found that almost everyone in our studies who successfully resolved, or at least to some degree resolved the estrangement in a way that was healthy for them, did get some kind of psychological counseling to work through the issues.
Professor Carl Pillemer, and I guess we can conclude from that there is, of course, no right or wrong way to grieve. Now, Peter, it is time for your pick of the psychological studies, and you have something on taking a break. Now, I'm very interested in the topic of rest, so I like this, and it's about micro breaks. How short is a micro break?
Well, micro breaks are any sort of scheduled break from a work task or an informal break, and generally they're said to be less than 10 minutes.
And this research is from West University of Timișoara in Romania, and they've brought together the best studies on micro breaks and to see what they can tell us. So are they good for us?
Well, they brought together research from 22 different studies, over 2,500 or almost 2,500 participants, and found that taking micro breaks had a small but significant effect on vigor and on reducing fatigue.
And do they help some people more than others?
Well, the research found that there were significant effects on performance, but only for tasks with fewer cognitive demands, so fairly routine tasks as opposed to anything creative.